this is the question for all the voice actors. Out of all the roles that you've done, which role are you most proud of?
Wow, it's like picking a favorite baby. Monica and I are Libras, and we're really bad at favorites. Yeah.
Good
Sure, we
answer.
can't make You should be with us when we're trying to figure out where to go eat.
I liked, but my two favorite, I mean, I have three of my main characters, but the two favorite ones, I like James for his comedy, because I like to make people laugh, and playing a role like that where I would just show up and say something and then leave meant I also didn't really need to understand what was going on in the rest of the episode. It was really all about would I make you laugh in those 5 minutes I was there, and then I was gone. So that's always fun, because I like the comedy stuff. And then I like playing Kaba because there's something kind of dark and deep about him, and it sort of pushes the limits of your acting chops to be able to go from the anger to the protective, protecting his brother and challenging Yugi and all of that stuff. And it was exhausting, but good exhausting. Sometimes the roles are, you could just be, phoning them in because it's just always the same kind of stuff. But Kaiba pushed the limits for me, so that was kind of fun.
What about you?
I liked voicing Bane for my friends in this little silly thing that I did just for fun that nobody is ever going to hear, and it's just for he and I. It's silly like that. It wasn't it was just something I was doing to procrastinate from doing an audiobook. And I was like, I'm gonna send my buddy this. So I sent him this file where I voiced Joker, Bane, and Batman. And send it to him just for fun. That was fun for me. But as far as like job voices, Sergeant Frog was a fun show because I remember how that came about. I was at Okatron, which is Sabbath Studio. Brina came up to me after a session one day and she goes, "You should audition for this show. Colleen's looking for actors to do this show called Sergeant Frog." And I'm like, "What is that about?" And he goes, "Well, she's looking for like a nerdy, nasally voice." and I go, "Okay, I'll let you know if I think of somebody." And she said, she goes, "It's 300-something episodes." I go, "I'm listening." And so I went in, we did a test episode first, and I was actually Kululu first. And then we switched over to Keroro, which is what happened with Italia. I was England first, and then I became Italy. So, yeah.
You have to, for both of those shows, there was a huge, because I was behind the scenes I was writer on both of them, and then I directed the first like 6 or 8 episodes of Sergeant Frog, and you really have to balance the voices together. So that with so many different characters in both of those shows, it was a challenge to get people who didn't sound the same and people who could do the accents convincingly. So there was a lot of shifting around beforehand of those shows.
Now, what are you proud of?
Me? Mm-hmm. This moment. That's okay, I'm not really that proud of this moment. Actually, in this moment, I would say Panty from Panty and Stocking, having written it and then got to be the lead, and we all wanted it so hard. And then everybody that I That was totally on accident, you guys. I didn't mean it that way. Monica.
I'd say Stocking. Stocking was rad. And there's a show I can't tell you about.
But that's it.
But I may be making an appearance at a convention in Boston where there will be a premiere of the show where I play a character and none of you will know it is me because my closest friends didn't even know it was me. So, that one.
What are you most proud of?
Actually, I don't know if I clarified this, but I'm the singing voice for Sailor Moon. I used to live in LA and probably audition for a lot of these things that these guys are talking about. And to clarify singing versus doing voiceovers, so many people told me, you should do voiceovers because you're such a great singer. Whoa, was that a mistake? I was not a great voiceover artist at all. And so it's such a different craft. So these guys are awesome. What we do is great, and thanks for being here. So.
Really, if you can't, I I have actors who are great voice actors, but not
Yeah.
brilliant singers. And it calls for singing in an anime, and we once had to, like, you know,
That's why
bring
you
in.
call me.
Yeah, we had to bring in other, professionals.
Because I
And
do
you,
as well.
what you do helps make the character seamless, because they don't necessarily know where one voice begins and the other one, you know, ends, basically. So it's just as important to have somebody as talented as you on the show
But
as
singing
to have
does
all
help
these
though.
people.
But singing does help because it's still using the instrument and understanding.
Yeah.
Can you make this a question? What does that mean? Oh, it means I'm raising the pitch at the end of the line. I mean, it's still using your tool. I mean, I find that because I sing, I think the voice acting is easier. For me.
Yeah, I do find that a lot of actors I do work with do sing as well, or they have a lot of musical theater training, and it gives them a good sense of timing, especially in the booth.
And we've heard songs with Brock and James singing, and they're fantastic, aren't they? Two Perfect Girls is a classic.
That one, yes.
Hey, Ash.